What up, crypto enthusiasts and lovers and everything in between? Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna do this in English. Let's talk about today Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at Bitcoin. We're gonna see if we're gonna get to some interesting levels that I think we're probably gonna get to, but what direction is going to go after we get to those levels, time will tell. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at the DXY because the DXY is looking like it's pumping and it's looking pretty strong. I'm also going to tell you about crypto. It's called Labs Group. So, yeah, it's a real world asset token, and I feel that has a lot of promise. But recently, it's hit an all-time low. And I'm going to let you know if I think it's still a good buy or what I think about the project. Yeah, because I think real world assets is going to be a huge narrative in the next bull run. And so without further ado, let's do this. Real quick, let's look at Bitcoin. This could be a volatile week because options are going to be expiring this week on Friday. All right, on at least one exchange, and there's like a big notional value amount, like $1.4 billion in notional value. So we could see some volatility leading up to that day. Right now, it's looking like we're going to be heading down here around 25,173 where it's tested before. Now this area right here is a really strong area of support so far. I don't know if we lose it. I honestly don't. It could be possible, but it could be that we hit it, we rebound, and we start moving up maybe next week. Historically, Octobers have been a good month for crypto, but historically September, which is right here, this box, has also been a really bad month for crypto. And as you can see, we tested it only once this whole month, this area, before going up, not really, before going up and staying elevated above these areas where we've been before September right here. You know, essentially we stayed going sideways basically, guys. All right, so let's see what September looked like in the month. It might even be a green month so far. Yeah, with only a few days left of September, it's still a green month, although just barely, you can see right there, you know, this what is that? A spinning top? No, it's not a spinning top. I don't know what that technical term is like that, but it's basically indecision one way or the other, or it could be just a breather before we fall a little lower. But I don't think honestly that we'll fall too much lower. This is the all-time low. I mean, not the all-time low, the cycle low right here, basically 15,000 something, 15,000 and change, depending on what exchange you look at it, what data thing you look at. So could we fall back in here before coming back up the next few months doing that? I don't know. It's pretty close to the halving, guys. So I mean, if we drop, I don't see us dropping much lower than 23,139, to be honest with you. And maybe that's, you know, wick, or maybe we wick down a little bit more, you know, down to 21,600 like this wick right here. But it's in my opinion, it's going to be eaten up. And if that does happen, it's got to happen in the next couple of months before we start moving up. I think we'll probably close out the not the year, because the year is right here, all right, this year. But, you know, before the halving, we'll probably be around between 30 and 35,000, maybe a little higher. And I don't think much lower. So I think this is going to be the sweet spot to enter the halving time. This is the halving, basically, Bitcoin, where you know, miners aren't able to mine as much, half of what it was before this line. All right, if you didn't know, now you know. All right, so that's what I think. This is still really a good accumulation zone, in my opinion. It could go a little lower so we can get a little better entry, but for the most part, this isn't bad, especially if you're not in the market right now. Personally, I have invested, you know, pretty much, you know, all this right here. And then on the way up, I have invested as well. And then recently I've invested a good chunk as well. And now I'm waiting, right? My decision has been, I have a bunch of capital left, and my decision has been to wait out October, November, maybe December to see what you know, what these months look like. But that can change day to day, you know. And there'll always be opportunities to buy different projects. I am a low cap guy right now. This cycle, I've decided to just focus on low caps and test my luck there, because the previous cycle I bought higher caps. I bought XRP, I bought VeChain. Although at the time VeChain wasn't as high a cap as it was, it made me a lot of money. But unfortunately, this was my first bull market, and so I made a lot of mistakes up here. I made a huge amount of money, but I lost the majority of it, unfortunately. But that's a learning experience, and that's the stuff that I'm going to share with you guys if I continue doing the English channel, because I have a Spanish channel that I focus on. Spanish is actually my second language. English is my main language, the one I think in. But surprisingly, it's actually, I've done the Spanish one for like a couple of years now, that it's actually a little bit difficult to do in English now. Crazy, huh? Funny how things are. Let's look at the dollar real quick. Right here, sorry. It's looking strong this last month, huh? September. I thought it was going to get to this level once we broke through here, this descending channel. I thought we were going to get up here, and now it's looking like maybe we might continue. Although, I don't know. I have a tough time believing that we're going to come back up this way. That's why I thought maybe here, because previously that's where we touched, and I thought, okay, here, and then we're going to come back down. But let's see. Maybe we spend a little bit of time here, playing and seeing if we really are going to do it. Maybe some fake out, maybe a little bit higher before coming down. But I don't know. That's pure speculation. Although the rest of the markets, guys, the Dow Jones, looking like it's coming down. The Nasdaq looking like it's coming down. The S&P 500 looking like it's coming down. Let's look at the 10-year yields. Looking like it's going up, and this has an inverse correlation, especially recently a strong inverse correlation with Bitcoin. All right, so I mean, if this goes up, it's bad for the rest of the markets, and everything is so interconnected, so correlated. Although to varying degrees depending on when, right? But at the end of the day, if everything starts going down, Bitcoin is going to also start going down. It's part of the economy now, guys. It's part of the system, guys. Unfortunately, or fortunately, guys. So let's go back down and look at the daily. Pretty interesting. I think maybe we're going to test right here again. Although Bitcoin does like to surprise us, so you just never know. I like to use the strategy of dollar cost averaging. On the cryptos I like that I buy. I don't go all in. I nibble. I like to nibble. Dollar cost averaging. $100 at a time, or depending, 10% at a time, maybe 5% at a time, depending. Unless it's Ethereum. Ethereum, unfortunately, to do that, you're going to get killed in fees. So that's why I try not to use Ethereum, but. Anyways, that's another story for another day. All right, so now let's look at the lab drama, the labs group drama. This is a real world asset play, and I think real world assets is going to be a huge narrative. All right, in the next bull run, definitely. So I'm heavily focused on real world assets. I have a bunch of holdings on real world asset tokens, and this is one of them. This is one of my bigger ones, and just recently in the last couple of days, it's made an all-time low. All right, this is the previous all-time low on December, and just recently, I don't know, the all-time low was actually touched right here. But again, it went to the all-time low in September, right? The early parts of September, and now we're back at it at the end of September again. Why this? Because we should need to know why these things, because look at this one, ECTA. I don't know if you're familiar with ECTA. Is another real-world asset play, which recently had some issues with the management team. And so it was rising, and then all of a sudden this huge drop because that news came out of the issues with the management team. It's kind of a mess over there. It's kind of a mess. It's not a rug pull, but there's been mismanagement of funds and a lot of accusations being thrown around. So it's a mess, and that's ugly. That's why this is not an opportunity. This is more or less you either hold and wait or you sell and just move on, right? That's not the case here with this particular drop. I think it's just more the community upset with the direction that the CEO is going. And well, is it that bad? Personally, I don't think so, because these guys are going to have a working product called StainX, right? Now, let's talk about the bad things that recently happened. What caused this? First of all, they got rid of the liquidity in PancakeSwap, which is a decentralized exchange. They got rid of the liquidity, which was like $35,000. So it's not a huge amount, but still, they don't have any plans on bringing that back. And also, they had like a deal with a market maker called DWF, which is apparently that market maker has a bad name. They like to sell a lot. They like to just pump and dump or just dump tokens, and so that's actually caused downward pressure on the price of this token. Yeah. The CEO's guy's name is Bernard. He does come in here and talk, and the last thing he said, the last talk he had was like a couple of days ago on Friday, talking about his plans. His plans is like, hey, listen, basically we have this great product, StainX, which we're putting in front of a bunch of hotels. We've got 1,000 hotels already, that want to work with us with StainX, and we're going to focus on that right now. And then we're going to bring the utility of the Labs token. And then we're going to bring in Web3 into the integration of the system and all that stuff. The the community didn't like that. The community wants everything now. We want the utility of the labs token right now. We want the white paper. They don't have the white paper out, and to me, that's not really a huge thing. But the community is, and so these are things that I think that are overblown by parts of the community. Now, the community does have a point where, you know, hey, don't forget about us. Don't forget about us, labs token holders. You guys need to include us, you know, in your plans as well. You know, and it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know if you know Ripple, XRP. XRP and Ripple are essentially two different things, right? The company has a product that, you know, deals with banks and stuff like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the token itself will have success, right? So I mean that's what kind of brings me here. But I mean I think the guy Bernard is relatively young. I don't think he's much more than in his 40s, and he's doing good for the product. He's doing good for Stanex and for Labs Group. I mean, they have partnerships with Yahweh. They have partnerships with a soccer team. I'm from the US, so I don't really follow soccer, but I mean they have, you know, soccer is huge all over the world, guys, and so, you know, they're doing a lot of good things. But I just don't want them to leave us labs token holders behind. But I think he believes in the direction that he's going. So we gotta let him do his thing, and then allow him to then bring, you know, labs token into the whole mix, bring the utility. That's going to be huge, guys. Not every crypto has a product and a potential star product in Stanex. All right, so I think it's a little bit overblown. I think it really is. So this right here could be opportunity, guys. All right. I'm gonna leave it at that for today's video. It's my first one in a long time in English. Tomorrow, if you see in this video, and I doubt many of you will, because we haven't really been marketing to the US, to the English-speaking people, because you guys have a lot of content, a lot of crypto information. The Spanish-speaking community doesn't really, so that's why I focused on that first, because I do have Latino roots as well, and so I wanted to help them out. But I can't, you know, I speak English, man. I gotta help out my people too. You're all my people. And so let's see what happens. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a video on my 5 favorite low cap gems. All right, on my 5 favorite crypto projects that I have right now. And then we'll see what happens the rest of the week. I'm gonna try to do one of these a video a week, Monday through Friday, guys. So if it's possible, if you're watching this, hey, thanks. If you can give a like, that'd be cool. If you could subscribe, that'd be excellent. If you could leave a comment, that'd be really cool. That helps out all the algorithms, guys. And that I want to kind of grow this channel. No, I don't want to kind of. I do want to grow this channel. All right, in English. See how it goes. And that's pretty much it, guys. If you can do that, if you can do a little bit of free marketing, if you can, you know, post my videos in front of people, but maybe I haven't earned that yet, so I won't even ask you to do that. But at the very least, if you could do some, give a like and subscribe, that'd be cool for now. I do 5 videos. I'm gonna do 5 videos a week in English, so I believe my information is pretty good. I've been in crypto since 2018, so I do know what I'm talking about. I made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money, and I come from nothing. And essentially, I've through business and through luck and through crypto, you know, I'm doing not bad. I'm doing not bad at all. And so this bull run, I'm setting myself up and my family up for generations to come. And so I'm going to share that information, everything that I've learned up until now and how I see it now with you guys. All right. So hopefully that'll help you guys out, because I do like to help people. That's my thing. I'm a Libra. There's other stuff that I believe in, and it's just in my nature to be like that. And I get a lot of good feelings from helping people out. So this is my way to do it. No one wants to see me dance. No one wants to see me act, but I do know what I'm talking about crypto. So I think people will want to know, you know, what I'm thinking, how I see this market, because I think I do have my hand on the pulse of this market pretty well, actually. So take it for what it's worth. Hopefully you'll be back tomorrow. All right. I'm going to leave you guys there. Have a great day. Good night, wherever you guys are at. Enjoy your day. Do good things. Talk to you later, guys. Peace.